Johnny Fisher somehow sneaks points win against Dave Allen despite getting outclassed and floored on Fury v Usyk undercard. Eddie Hearn's ticket-selling cash cow was gifted a bizarre and worrying win. Dave Allen was robbed of a life-changing Saudi Arabia win over Johnny Fisher. In the Battle of the Horned Heavyweights, Doncaster's White Rhino battered Johnny, the Romford Bull, Fisher, but two idiotic judges handed it to 25-year-old. Fan favorite Allen, 32, had dropped Fisher in the fifth and utterly dominated for the 5 remaining one-sided rounds. But Eddie Hearn's ticket-selling cash cow was gifted a bizarre and worrying win, that the brave fighter should take no blame for. As two of the woeful officials broke Allen's heart with inexplicable scores of 95-94 Fisher, 96-93 Allen and 95-94 to the shock winner. Fisher coasted the first round, with Allen barely throwing a punch. The Essex lad's jab was rapid and piercing and Allen was only able to catch and deflect so many. Eventually Fisher went to work downstairs and drove hooks in Allen's ribs. The first couple landed neatly but Allen complained the second wave was low. When he dropped his guard, Fisher ran in and attacked but Allen regained his guard and survived the round. Allen engaged more in the second, looping over a right hand that clipped Fisher on the mullet. But Fisher kept up his momentum and threw more scoring blows to take the round. If Allen was planning to soak up all the early pressure and take Fisher into the deep late rounds, the scheme was showing promise. The third round was sloppy, both big men seemed to be tiring just a third of the way into the scheduled 10-rounder. Fisher, a history graduate from Exeter Uni, seemed to be running out of ideas. And if Allen was biding his time, he was doing it with very little action. And the fifth slipped by with all the allure of a pub crawl along Riyadh's strictly dry streets. Fisher was sparked in the fifth and he took a count and his senses were scrambled. He rose and faked composure for a moment and folded again without a count. Then Allen unloaded and shattered Fisher's nose. The heavy favorite was drowning and staying afloat through courage and pride alone. He kept swinging haymakers too and Allen failed to punish him for the shots he shipped and missed. Allen was so confident by the sixth that he dropped his hands and dared Fisher to come one. Then he landed a right uppercut and hook that would have felled an oak tree back home. Fisher somehow stayed upright but was later tagged by a lead left hook and Allen was racing away with the middle rounds. Fisher's face was pulverized as soon as the seventh started and there were moments when it looked like ref Bob Williams should jump in and save the prospect. But then he could suck up the oxygen and pain and fire back, barely keeping Allen at bay but keeping himself. They all thought Allen had earned a day in the sun but boxing's dark arts blew it.